What's up, everybody? It's Drew McGee from the IVM group. Hope everyone's having another awesome week. Really quickly wanted to share another video with you. We're going to be back into HubSpot today, specifically looking at the meeting link functionality. I think it's a super cool tool that can take a lot of the back and forth out of scheduling meetings with your prospects or customers. And the links can be easily embedded in an email or even on your website, allowing people to visit your website and schedule meetings with your team without even any outreach having to occur. There are a lot of CRMs that offer this type of functionality. And if your CRM doesn't, there's other alternatives like Calendly or Chili Piper that you can sign up for. The important information there, the important aspect with that is to make sure that those applications are talking back to your CRM for reporting purposes, pipeline purposes, and just keeping your outreach on track and knowing who's scheduling meetings with who, right? So without further ado, we're going to hop in here. We have our test instance popped up here with a couple sample meeting links, but I'm going to show you how to create one from scratch, right? So if you go to sales and you get the drop-down menu, you can go down to meetings and click on meetings, and it's going to take you to your meeting page. If you want to create a brand new meeting link, you can go up to the top right and hit create scheduling page, which gives you 3 different types of meeting links that you can create, which is super cool, right? So you can create a one-on-one meeting link, and that's always going to allow that person to schedule a meeting with one individual person on your team. There's a group meeting link, and what that does is it allows people to schedule times with only the availability that works for everybody you want that person to meet with. So if you have an SDR or BDR team and you're doing an introductory call with an account manager, you can make sure that the people are scheduling those meetings when both of those parties are available, and only when both of those parties are available. The third type is round robin, and that's another super cool tool, right? If you're embedding a meeting link on your website and you want visitors to your website to be able to schedule meetings with people on your team, and you want a lot of availability there, you can have them schedule meetings and it round robins through your team, allowing everybody on your team to get in front of prospects and land new clients, right? Another cool functionality with that round robin is that if somebody signs up for a meeting and that person's already in your CRM instance, that meeting will be scheduled with the record owner of that person who already exists in your meeting. So we're not stepping on anybody's toes, right? Super cool. So we're just going to do a one-on-one for our example here. And then we go to the overview page, and this allows us to create a little bit of information about what we want that meeting link to consist of. So we have an internal name. That's only what we're seeing for our team only. So we can put conference meeting link, right? We want it to be a specific event that we're allowing people to schedule with our team. The organizer, it's always going to pre-populate to you, but if you're using other types of meeting links, you can assign other people on your team or multiple people if you're using the round robin functionality. Title of the meeting. This is what's going to show up when people are booking the meeting and have it in their calendar. So meeting with Drew M group, right? And that's what's going to pop up on their calendar when they see it upcoming, right? Location, super cool. If you have your video conferencing tool integrated with your CRM, you can choose that here. If you have your personal meeting link for Zoom, you can copy and paste that in here, and that'll always pop up in the meeting when someone schedules one. But I would suggest integrating it with something like Zoom so that a unique URL is always created for each meeting that's scheduled, right? So super cool functionality there. Or if you're at a conference, you can put the conference name. So we have a big conference coming up. So if we put RIMS 2022, they'll know that it's related to RIMS 2022. And in the description, you can further put the full details of your meeting room in the Zoom, or you can put, hey, I'll call you 24 hours in advance, and we'll lock down a location around the conference that best works for us. Thank you for scheduling it. Look forward to speaking with you soon, right? That kind of thing. So you can also enable the cancel and reschedule functionality so that if someone cancels, they have the ability to automatically reschedule. I love that, unless you're trying to schedule meetings at a conference and you don't have a lot of time there. So usually I turn that off when we're looking at setting up a meeting link for a specific event, but like it when we're just creating a link for general meetings. Once we have all that information provided, we can go to next. And this will take us to our scheduling page. And this is super cool. So this title is what's going to pop up once they go to the page where they schedule the meeting. So meet with Drew McGee, meet with the IVM group, company name, anything you really want it to be, you can place that in there, and that's what's going to show externally to the prospect or customer scheduling your meeting. You have duration options, so you can pick one or multiple or even add a custom duration for how long you want people to be able to schedule meetings with the individual or your team. So like 30 minutes, 1 hour, if we want them to be able to pick separate different durations. As you can see, it populates right here at the top of the scheduling page, or we can do just 30 minutes, but we'll do 2 just for the example. You can pick your time zone. And then last but not least, your availability windows. And this is super, super useful because you could pick it, you could choose whatever days of the week you want people to be able to schedule meetings with you. And more importantly, what times of the day you want people to know you're available and schedule meetings. So you can delete days and only allow people to schedule meetings with you on certain days of the week. You can change the hours so that people are only able to schedule meetings with you during certain hours of the day. And then if you go down to additional settings, there's even additional functionality where you can change the image on the meeting page to your company avatar. You can use a custom image if you want to upload an image and make it specific to the event, like you want to use the conference logo or something like that. Super cool. You can then choose how long you want this meeting link to be active. If you want it to go on indefinitely, you can choose over a period of rolling weeks, and you can set how many weeks they're able to schedule meetings out. So if you pick 4 weeks, the 4 weeks will allow them to schedule meetings up to 4 weeks out in advance, and it'll always be rolling, so it'll never expire. If you are setting this up for a specific event, you can pick a custom date range, and that will allow people to only schedule meetings on a custom range of dates for that event or for whatever's going on that you're creating this link for. So we'll create it for Sunday through Wednesday of next week. Minimum notice time, super important. Again, this allows people to set a minimum for how soon someone can schedule a meeting with you. So if you pick 15 minutes, I can schedule a meeting with you 15 minutes from now, and that'll pop up on your calendar, and that person will be under the impression that they're going to meet with you 15 minutes from now. If you pick 4 hours, I like a little buffer time there, so nobody can schedule a meeting with me within the next 4 hours, right? It has to be 4 or more hours away for them to want to meet with me. Start time increment, just how often you want meeting times to start. It could be 10 minutes, 15 minutes. You know, if you want them to start at 1:30, 2 o'clock, 2:30, 3 o'clock, or 2:15, 2:30, that kind of thing. Really personal preference there. And then I love buffer time. Buffer time is huge, right? This is the amount of time, minimum time you need between meetings. If you don't put any buffer time in there, people are going to be able to schedule meetings with you back to back to back to back. If you put 15 minutes in there, if you have a meeting scheduled at 1 o'clock and it gets over at 1:30, no one's going to be able to schedule another meeting with you until 1:45. So you can get out of that first meeting, catch your breath, grab another cup of coffee, and get ready for that next meeting, right? Super useful. I always use the visitor's browser settings for the booking page language as same as the date and time format. It just makes it easier for the user, prospect, or customer trying to schedule time with your meeting link, right? So we got all that information set up. We can then go to automation, just some quick things here to set up and kind of further customize your meeting link. You can allow them to send a confirmation email, just knowing that they successfully scheduled a meeting with you. And then there's also a pre-meeting reminder to where you could set a pre-meeting reminder, just sending them an email saying, hey, just let you know you're meeting with the IVM group an hour from now. So super cool, super awesome tool here. And if we hit create scheduling page, it's going to create that link. And if we click this link, it's going to send us to that page to allow us to book time with that person that we linked the meeting link with and put it right on that Outlook calendar. Something really cool to point out here is that if you have things scheduled on your Outlook calendar that conflict with the openings that you set with your meeting link, it'll automatically take those time blocks out of the availability on your meeting link so that you're not double booking yourself. The important note there is also that you need to have your Outlook or Google Calendar synced to your CRM to allow that functionality to occur. As you see here, we only have Monday available just because Tuesday and Wednesday are booked on the calendar. And so that's the only day that's popping up, even though we picked Sunday through Wednesday, right? So this allows people to click on your link. And if we go back here, you can share this link and you can embed it on your website in an email template, and then they can click that within the email. It'll take them to this page, allowing them to schedule a meeting with you on your calendar. And more importantly, that meeting then populates on their calendar as well, with all of the location information, the body of text that you put in there, and just giving them more information about the meeting and what to expect when they meet with you. So super cool functionality, right? It takes all the back and forth out of, hey, when are you available? Next Monday, maybe next Wednesday? How's 1 o'clock work? None of those work. And then you're back to square one. This allows the prospect or customer, click the link, view your calendar availability, and schedule it on their end. And then everybody gets it on their calendar. Once again, super important that if you're using something outside of your CRM to book meetings, that those programs are integrated with your CRM so that it's logged in the CRM on the contact record, so you can see who's meeting with who, where they're at in the pipeline, possibly create an automation that automatically furthers them in the pipeline after the meeting is scheduled, or for reporting purposes, know who's meeting with who and how many meetings are being scheduled a quarter. I hope this helps. Super useful, specifically for events, big events, when you're trying to book and fill up your calendar, or if you're trying to bring inbound lead gen and you have a link on your website to allow people to go in there and schedule time with your team and just further them into pipeline. So I hope this helped. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Thanks again.